Hey friends, I thought I'd do a video letting you see all the things I make and bake for Christmas. This will go out sometime between Christmas and New Year because I don't want people to see what their presents are yet. But this is one of the cross-stitch baubles I was working on. I managed to get it finished yesterday, just backed it with light blue felt, so that's the first one. Then the second one is this very cute pussycat in stocking. And then third one is this really cute gonk with a heart. This one is backed in dark blue. So I'm just using this banana tree to hang it up. But I thought this one is backed in red. And then the final one that I've got finished, I've got another one finished, but I'll let you see it later on, is this gorgeous. I'm not doing very well at hanging these up, am I, really? Okay, there we go, that's it. Is this cute pussycat, Mrs. Claus, with her present and backed in red. So as I say, as I finish things or bake things, I'll let you see, and hope you enjoy this video. Okay, here is the last bauble I cross-stitched. This is for my boyfriend for our advent calendar that we share. So yeah, so I gave my nativity one, so I'm really pleased with how that works out. And I mean, even if I stand back, you can still see it. It's still really clear as to what it is. So we finished it last night and hung it on our tree, but I'm going to wrap it up now. Okay friends, we're now on doing some baking. So we have some cranberries and strawberries. I'm not joking, when I opened this packet it was like smelling summer, it really was. I have a sous chef who's zesting the orange for me at the moment. We're going to put this all into a food processor and zhuzh it up. That's a technical term, to zhuzh. But once we get everything else sorted, I will...
In other words, mess about with it.
Yeah. Once we get everything sorted, I will let you see what else we're going to do. My second sous chef, yes, I have two of them. I'm so lucky. My second sous chef is going to section the orange, so that's him. Got him working as well. It's amazing. You're probably saying to yourself, do I actually do anything? Yeah, I do, but if they offer to help and do things, then I'm more than happy to accept the help and everything else. So he's just taking the rind off, and then I'll show you what he does when he's going to section it. Okay, to section, he's just running his knife down the wee membrane between, orange segments and just teasing it out, hopefully. And voila, we have first section of orange, and he's just going to get rid of the wee pithy bit that's in between, and there you have one section. Okay, I thawed the strawberry slightly in the microwave, and I'm just going to chop. We have a chop function on our food processor, so I'm just chopping it. I'm just pulsing it to try and chop it up, because I don't want it pureed, which is not what you want. So if I look, there we go, that's it nicely chopped, that's great. And I'll just put that into, I'm using a big pan like this because it's the other one we have for jam, Mum uses it for marmalade, so we're not going to mix the two. But yeah, I'm going to put the strawberries into there now. Okay, to the strawberries I've added the orange zest and the spices, which are cinnamon, allspice and ground cloves. What I'm going to do, I will put this recipe that I'm following, I'll put the link to it in the description bar so that you can go and make it yourselves if you want to. But this is, I'm just mixing this together at the moment. At the moment I have the cranberries in the microwave, and then they'll get chopped in the food processor along with the orange segments. Okay, I've chopped the cranberries and the orange, and I've put half a cup of water in. Now, we don't really use pectin, we use
pectin, but it's
a different form.
It's a jam setting mixed with pectin.
So that's what we use. Mum's used to using this, so...
Well, I'm not sure because I don't know. They see a packet
Yeah.
of pectin,
So-
they don't know how much is in it.
So we're going to go with what we normally use, and we'll just adjust at the, you know,
We can
as,
adjust it as it.
as it goes. So
But there's one in.
that's one in. So I think
Leave it at that because of the.
okay, because there's quite a lot of pectin in the cranberries. So we'll see what this happens to. So I'm going to go and read the instructions to see what I do next.
This.
Okay, we've now started heating this. I'm going to bring it. We're going to bring it to a rolling boil. So it'll probably take a wee while, but I'll let you see what it looks like once it's at the rolling boil stage. Okay, I'm prepping the jars for the jam. And what you do, you always put a metal spoon in when you're putting boiling water into your jars, because then it stops the jars from cracking. So I don't fill them all the way up. I just fill them about halfway. It means that they'll heat up. So I've moved the spoon again. And just pour in and just keep going. At the moment I'm using 4 jars. I may need to use more, but it's boiling water from the boiler, so I'll need to fill again just to do the last jar. I wish you could smell this because it smells divine, but I'm about to do it and be very brave. I'm going to do a wee taste test because I want to know what the spice level's like. I think we need more, Mum.
That's what I thought.
You can smell it, but I'm not getting a major taste. Do you want a wee go?
I've already done it. I do it that way.
It's quite tart. Mum does that way. It's quite. It's tart, but that's fine. I mean, we haven't added the sugar in, but I think I want more spice in that.
Yes, I think I do too.
Okay, we've added more spice because we felt it needed it. Now it's almost coming to the rolling boil. Oh, look at it! It's all bubbly. That's it at the rolling boil. So I think we need to take it off the heat and add the sugar. Right, if you hold on 1 minute, we shall do so. So as you can see, we're adding the sugar, and then we're going to bring it back onto the heat, and we have to bring it back to a rolling boil, and then boil it for exactly 1 minute. But I wish you could smell this because it is just so nice, isn't it, Mum?
It is indeed. Right, shove over.
I've shoved over. Right. And I can hear what folk are saying. They're like, you're directing operations and not actually doing anything.
Well, no, you've done bits.
I've done bits. So, but
It's a shared experience.
yes, we share a lot of cooking, don't we, Ma?
Yep.
I share cooking with Dad as well. I will be taking you along on the ride that is Dad and I making our Christmas cake.
You could actually make that this week and store it.
Yeah, we could
To
do.
make it easier to cut into
Yeah.
shape.
But we're not revealing yet to my viewers what we're doing.
No,
So, are we going to make Nanaimo bars this year?
true flaming true.
You heard it here, folks. We love our Nanaimo bars.
Christmas is not the same without them.
No, absolutely not. So, or until I was corrected by my best Canadian friend, I thought they were Nanaimo bars, and she's like, "No, dear, they're Nanaimo." I'm like, "All right, okay." Yeah. So, my Canadian family would be like, "Fiona, how could you not know that?"
Uncle Bill would turn in his grave.
Wouldn't he just? So you're not really interested in watching this come to a boil, but when it gets to the rolling boil again, we'll bring you back in. Okay,
You hold your phone.
That's
You
it,
don't
definitely.
You don't want your phone in
No, I
the
don't
jam.
want to put in the jam, but this is a rolling boil. We've added a little bit more pectin to it because we were just not too sure that it was going to set. The other thing I want to say is this jam, the recipe called for 4 cups of sugar. We've reduced that by half. We've only put 2 in, and for our taste, it's absolutely perfectly fine. We like it the way it is. We couldn't take it any sweeter.
Well, I make marmalade that's meant to have 4 pounds of sugar and it's got 2.
So
In fact, sometimes I only get 1.
So, I would say for this,
Taste it. Keep
tasting it. I wouldn't put the full amount of sugar in to begin with. I would just keep tasting it and add more if you need it. But that's it at the rolling boil for a minute, and then we're going to test it. Okay, to test, we just put a little bit into the fridge, and I think that's it.
I think it's
that's it. So if it comes through and it's like you can leave like trails like that. That means it's set. So that's the jam ready to be jarred. So we'll show you the way that Mum does it because she's very good at it. So if you hold on, I'll just get things set up. Okay, to fill, Mum uses a little plastic jug, and as you can see, we've kept the silver spoon in the jars. Again, that's just to make sure that the jar doesn't crack with all the hot liquid that's going into it. But she just fills it to almost, you know, not quite the top. That's as far as we go, and then we will put stuff on it. Hold on. Okay, what we're doing now is we're going to put little wax circles.
Make sure it's wax side down.
Make sure it's wax side down. It helps to seal the jars, or you seal the jam, doesn't it, Mum?
Mm-hmm. Can you take a cloth here and wipe that bit?
Yeah, sure, but I need to help. But that's what you do next, and let them cool before you'll let them go really, really cold before you put the lids on it. Okay, so we got 4 jars out of this.
That was ours.
That's ours, but we've all tasted it. What do you think, Dad?
I think it's lovely.
Mum?
Oh, lovely, yeah. Lip smacking.
So, some of these, that's definitely our jar. One will go to my other half, one will go to a friend. We may just keep the other 2 for ourselves as well. You know, but
we'll still get enough to make another. We'll get enough fruit and stuff to make another lot.
But that's, you know, but it just tastes so divine. Right, I'm on washing up duty, so I better go. Okay, the next thing I'm going to make is chocolate chip cookies, but I don't use white chocolate, I'm using dark chocolate. I'm going to make the base recipe, and then to the second half of I'm going to split the rest of the dough in 2, and to the second part or half of the recipe I'm going to add crushed up candy canes. So I'm getting like plain chocolate chunk cookies, and then I'm also going to get chocolate peppermint. So I've got all my ingredients here. I'm just going to put it all into the mixer at one go, I think, and just rather than doing it splitting everything up, I'm just going to I might just do it as an all-in-one. I'll see how it go. I'm not supposed to, but we'll see what happens. I may do it right, but I'll let you see what I'm doing as I go about it. So at the moment I'm going to get my butter and everything ready for creaming. I've decided to make it as per instructions. So my butter, this was a spur of the moment thing to make the cookies today. So my butter had still been in the freezer. So what I did was I took it out for a while before lunch, and then I just put it in the microwave and softened it. So I'm about to cream my butter and my 2 sugars. So I've got light brown sugar and a vanilla caster sugar. With this recipe, I've cut the sugar by half. Okay, actually, there's more. I've cut it by more than half. Because we just don't do sweet in this house at all, so that's what I've done with this. I have measured out my flour, my bicarbonate of soda, and in the bottom I've got, it was supposed to be cocoa powder, but we've run out, and so I just used hot chocolate. And again, I'm glad I've cut the sugar mixture down because there's, you know, sugar in the hot chocolate. I've gone for less chocolate chips as well because I don't want them chunky, and then I'm going to use some vanilla paste. I've got my crushed candy cane and I have my 2 eggs, so I'm going to get this a mixing. Okay, I've added the vanilla and I'm going to give this a wee bit. It's really nice and soft, and you know, with the butter having, you know, been soft, so it's really nice and soft mixture. So as I say, I've added the vanilla. I'll just give it a wheek now. Right, I've done that, and I've put 1 egg in and a little bit of the flour mixture, because sometimes adding a wee bit of flour when you add your egg stops your mixture really curdling. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we'll just see what happens. So I'm now putting the second egg in, again with a little bit of the flour mixture. The batter seems to be holding, which is good, so we'll put that, wheek that together. Okay, I've just been sifting the flour, but look at that. That is the sugar that's left. I don't want that to happen. Don't know what's going on here. Yeah, that's the sugar that's left from within the hot chocolate. So I'm just going to throw that out because I don't want that in my cookies. So there we go. That's the that's the chocolate and the flour and the bicarbonate of soda all in there now. So all I need to do now is combine the flour into the wet ingredients until it's just combined and no more. You don't want to over mix this. Now that's interesting. I used the K-beater because I've been told, you know, I'd read somewhere you're supposed to use K-beater when you're making cookies and stuff, and it hasn't totally mixed everything in. So, but I've got to fold in my chocolate chips. So as I do that, I will make sure that the batter, you know, the light bits there, I can try and sort of make sure that everything is folded in properly. So I'm going to fold in the chocolate chips at the moment. Okay, that's it all folded in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and get half of this cookie dough into this other bowl so that I can add the crushed candy cane to, you know, half of it. Don't know how well this is going to work out, but we'll do our best. So as you can see, the candy cane is between it, so like got little bits in it, and there's rubble as well. I'm just trying to judge this. I don't make them, you know, I don't add too much of this, so it's going to taste like chocolate toothpaste. Or make it even, you know, make it really sweet. So I'm just trying to do it by eye, but you know, hopefully I had added some. This is my second lot of adding this to it. I think this is all I'm going to do to make it like that. But there's the other batter sitting there. So I'll just fold this in and then we'll get on with the rest. Okay, I'm now going to scoop some out. I use a very small scooper because we don't like big cookies. So I'm just going to use a small one like this. I don't know what size this one is, but I'm just going to dollop some onto this handy dandy silicone sheet. So that's 6 of the peppermint ones done. I've still got some dough left, but I'll show you what I'm going to do with that later on. And I'm now going to go and I'm going to do 6 of the normal chocolate chip cookie. Just exactly the same process. So you just sort of basically scoop it along and then slide it up the side of the bowl. But I need to get a bigger scoop than that, but you've got the idea. Okay, so that's 6 of the plain ones. Now what I've done is I've dampened my fingers, and I'm just going to gently just flatten this down a wee bit so that they cook better in the oven. It's what Aina does, so if it's good enough for Aina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa, it's definitely good enough for me. So I'm just going to continue to do that before I put them in the oven. So that's them all flattened, and they're now going to go into a 180°C oven for 15 minutes. And I know this house will smell delicious. But yeah, I'll let you see them once they come out. So I bet you were wondering what I was going to do with the extra dough. Right, okay, so we have some in here. This is the peppermint one, and I have some cling wrap here. I'm going to put this onto the cling wrap, roll it into a log, and then that'll go into the freezer. So it's going to be, I don't know if I can show you this. Hold on, I'm going to try and flip the camera around to see if I can get a better so I can show you what I'm doing. Hello, yes, I am wearing my Christmas apron, so hopefully you'll be able to see. I should really try when I'm doing things like this, rather than using my phone, would be to use my good camera. But I've never tried to use my good camera to sort of vlog or film cookery. But maybe if I did, I could put it onto kind of like a tripod-y thing. You never know, might try that. But anyway, I have cleaned the bowl out. There's no point in leaving any in the bowl. We may as well have all of it in our tummies when we eat them. So there we go, that's pretty clean. So that's it there, and now I'm going to try, she says, and roll it into a log. This is going to be fun and games. Yes, it looks just like a pile of stuff, but how I'm going to roll this into a log shape, I'm not too sure. I think I'm going to damp my hands. Hold on. I'm going to damp my hands. I'm going to try and spread it out a bit. It's not going to work, I don't think. I think the reason that this is not working so well is because when I melted the butter or soften the butter. I maybe softened it too much. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold my plastic wrap over this. Ah, there we go. It's getting into a log shape, and I'm just going to roll. And then when you do that, there we go. Got a nice log shape of cookie dough, and that'll just sit in the freezer. And when I want to use it again, I'll just take it out, defrost, and slice it. So it's really handy to have rolls of this in the freezer. I have at the moment, I've got like balls of Advent cookie dough. So this will be the peppermint. I'm going to do exactly the same with the other cookie dough I've got left, you know, they're just the plain chocolate chip. So I'm going to do that and just get them in, label them and put them in the freezer. And that means that throughout the festive season and beyond, if we probably won't eat them all. It means that I've got cookie dough that if we need something, we can just, you know, take it out and put it in the oven, which is really handy. So yeah, but I'll let you see the cookies once they come out the oven. But for now, toodles. Okay, they've been a bit of a disaster. Note to self, don't use softened butter in the microwave. Just have butter at room temperature. The dough was actually a lot softer than it normally is, so it spread a lot more. And also with it being smaller sized scoop, only put them in for less time. I pulled these out after 10 minutes. Probably 7 would have done them. I'm sure they'll taste okay, but as I say, not everything in my kitchen works out as it's supposed to. But hey, that's part of the fun of baking, is that hopefully they will turn out. But this lot haven't turned out the way I want them, but we'll see what happens when I take the dough out of the freezer when I want to use it the next time, and see what happens with that. But not the sort of the best start to my Christmas baking, or my second lot of Christmas baking. But hey ho, those are the breaks, and I'm sure they'll taste delicious. Okay, friends, we're making mincemeat parcels because why not? So I've got some butter. Yeah, too lazy to do it either way. This is the quick method. So melted butter, phyllo pastry, homemade mincemeat. But all I'm going to do at the moment is butter, said, phyllo. So just dip it in, and just very gently. I'm going to put you off camera because if I do this, I'm going to tear it, and then I'm going to get a row, and I'm not wanting a row. So I'll let you see what I do once I've finished it. Okay, one sheet done, and then Mum is just adding the second sheet on top. And I've changed brush. I've gone onto a brush like this because so much this is easier. So second sheet on, and I'm about to again brush butter over the top of this. So that's the second sheet done. Now Mum has been busy. There was a really duff piece of pastry that was torn, but what Mum does, she just cuts what she could from it, and I think we're going to use that as tops for this, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Partly. So what happens now?
Right, now we put the
mincemeat on. Right, excuse me, I may as well take you on a tour of the kitchen while I'm at it. That's veggie stew that I made for lunch. So there we go.
And it was good.
So there we go, there's the mincemeat. Now this mincemeat is the one that I make every year. I will leave a card down below for the other video that shows me making this from years ago. So yeah, so you can be able to watch how I make my mincemeat, but it's homemade, reduced sugar, which is good. So Mum has now gone and got some implements. She's got a teaspoon.
I think what I'll do is I'll put it down this bit.
Okay.
I fold it over.
Okay, right. Well, I'm just gonna let Mum do this bit because she knows what she wants to do. So
She doesn't, you know.
what I will say is about the mincemeat, it is quite solid.
You say that again.
So you just put dollops, don't you?
I'll spread it out in a minute.
Oh, she's gonna spread it out. Good luck with that. By the look of it, it is like seriously solid.
Not usually.
No, it's not. Don't know why it's gone so solid, but hey ho.
Blame the weather.
Wow, right, okay, we'll blame, as Mum said, we'll blame the weather. So she's just, if I just come across here, she's just spreading it out, like so. Smells nice though, I have to say. It is a very nice mincemeat, you know, recipe, which I really do. You know, it's got a lovely smell to it, nice and spicy, you know, plenty spicy. She's going to taste it. Oh, she turned her back on you. I do apologise.
Tastes okay.
She said, "Oh well, there we go." She says it tastes okay. It'll be fine. But so she's doing her best, as I say, to spread this out. But it does come out of you. It's a bit jellified. Solid.
Even the spoon doesn't.
Look at that. Oh well, never mind. Hopefully that means it'll be good, guys. Hopefully.
As long as my fillings stay in, we're alright.
Yes, exactly. As long as the teeth didn't crack, we're okay.
This is what you call a quick and lazy way.
Yeah, quick, lazy method for making mincemeat parcels, whatever we want to call it. Mincemeat blob, there you go.
Mincemeat dollops.
My mincemeat dollops, there we go.
I should do it.
That looks alright. And then she just folds that over the top. Et voila. And just presses it down to seal. And you can just leave that over the top like that. We're double layering the top, guys. Woohoo, very posh. Do you want me to do some more buttering?
No, it's alright.
So
it'll be okay.
So she's going to butter the top. That's okay. And then are you just going to put that over the top, or are you going to... Oh, she's being fancy too, here.
Lazy, I think is the word I would use.
You see, I wouldn't even have done that, Mum. You see, I would have just
Fold over,
and that's it. End of story.
Use up this extra bit. No point in wasting it.
Okay.
And I'll turn it over before I put it in the oven so that the thicker bits on the bottom.
Okay. You see, I'd probably have used these wee bits and just put butter on it, bunged a dollop of mincemeat in the top, and scrunched it together like a parcelli. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But there we go. That's it. Done. Brush the. Well, can you make little parcels out of that lot?
Oh, you've got two there.
Ah, we can do that. So we could do that. Right. Do you want to put this onto the sheet pan? Right. Okay. I'm going to need to help her, so I'll stop the recording. No. Oh, she's going to do it herself, folks.
You do that so that it doesn't move.
Right, there you go, I've done that. Oh, watch yourself. There we go. Oh, wow, well done. We did it good. Right. Do you want the top, do you want that bit brushed as well? Oh, wow. Right, okay. I'll brush the top of this, and I'll let you see what it looks like before we put it in the oven. Okay, so the long one's ready to go in the oven, but we're going to use these little bits. And as I say, I've buttered that, and I'm just going to scrunch it up to make like a parcel if I can. I might get Mum to hold the camera while I try and scrunch this together. I haven't buttered that one yet. I was doing it one at a time. So basically I'm just going to scrunch this. I'll let you see when I've done it. Okay, Mum is very gently. This filo pastry, I'm not going to name the store we got it in, but it breaks like Billio. It is really not good stuff. Like you see Mum's finger. That's what it comes out. It just comes off. So it's really not good stuff. It's like kind of, there you go. So yeah, so we have one little parcel, but hopefully the big one will work out okay. I will let you see it once we've taken it out of the oven. So I said I'd like to see what the mincemeat thing is like. So that's what it looks like when it's come out of the oven. And that's what the wee parcel has come out like as well. I also did some other baking. So I made some crinkle cookies, chocolate cinnamon crinkle cookies. I thought that the dough was a bit soft, so I made it into kind of like a brownie. So it'll be interesting to see what that is like. But the crinkle cookies are quite okay, so I'm quite chuffed with those. So that was today's little bake. Okay, the crinkle cookie that hadn't really worked and we did as a brownie, oh my goodness, it is so good. It has worked out really, really well. Dad's eating some of it just now.
Yeah, delicious, and it's just like a brownie. It's got a wee bit of gooiness, but it's got crispness and it's got sponginess as well.
So, well happy with that, I have to say. We also have, hold on, put me back over to here. We've taken some of the mincemeat slice thing. It's like a strudel, honestly. It has this kind of a strudel feel to it when you eat it. And it's very, very tasty. So we are well chuffed with that idea as well. So yeah, good. A good afternoon's baking, which I thought was terrible, but has worked out really, really well. Okay, and my next make is this plaque. It's got angels on it, and I'm going to put wording in the bottom for my other half as part of his stocking. His favourite Christmas carol has angels as part of the lyrics. So, okay, so that's this plaque finished. I used clear sticker minty paper. So obviously it came upon a midnight clear because that's the carol I'm going for. Got the angels, gold star, and then I don't know if I'll hold up. I've sort of done little gold dots to represent stars. And then I've put gold all the way around the rim. So I don't know how he's going to use it, but hopefully he'll like it. But that's another make that I've done. Also made some white chocolate barks. I just melted some white chocolate, toasted some cashews, and I've got mixed fruits. I've got apricots, I've got cranberries, got raisins, sultanas on here. I'm just going to break it up and put it into a bag. Such as one of these, and that'll go into his stocking. He's also going to get some Christmas granola, so that's what I've been making.